Welcome back to Apathetic Reviews. Oh, he surely doesn't care, does he? This video is rated mature. Hello everybody, welcome back to Apathetic Reviews, the show where I can just rant and bitch about anything I damn well please. And I use swears, you should have listened to that rating. Anyway, I just got done watching the pilot for Glitch Productions' Knights of Guinevere, and I gotta say, I come away from it feeling meh? I don't know, I wasn't really feeling this one, guys, I'm sorry. Look, I love Dana Terrace, and I know that she wasn't the one who solely made this project. There was, two other people who worked on this project and wrote it, and I gotta say, for what it is a super impressive pilot. Being, like, 2D animated is just, like, oh my god, it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It's so gorgeous and beautifully hand-drawn. I love it. The voice acting is top-notch. I think the story and the world is actually really interesting, and I'm very interested to see what goes on after this pilot. But for what it is, it's not my favorite pilot out there, nor my super, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like my thing right now. I don't know, I'm just not vibing with it. Again, positives. 2D animation, gorgeous, wonderfully, just is fantastic on every level, and this is actually a huge step forward for the indie animation community, I think, especially since this is Glitch's first 2D animated project. Like, that's a huge step forward, and I'm very excited to see what comes after this. The voice acting is great. I really love the voices of all these characters. And again, the world is super interesting. Like, you can definitely feel how Dana Terrace really felt working at Disney through this project. Again, I know she didn't solely write this project, but oh my god, you can feel kind of the hatred just pouring through her fingertips as she's writing. Like, I can just imagine how much vindication this must be for her specifically. Now, every single issue I have with the pilot really just goes down to the writing, and I'll get this out of the way first. Every single pilot and every single first episode of any TV show ever is gonna most likely have these, writing issues. Every single pilot and first episode of a TV show, or at least most of them, fall into the trap of telling and not showing. But I kind of give these first episodes and pilots a bit of a pass when it comes to that sort of thing, because it's the first episode. You really need to establish as much as possible, and the easiest way to do that is truly just by having a character tell you point blank what is going on and how that's affecting them in the world. Like, that kind of has to happen in order for you to get to the better stuff where it's more showing and not telling. So I get that. I don't really have a problem with that, even though I did absolutely notice it. My main problem is just, like, I don't know, I really didn't like the dialogue all that much. I really just didn't like how these characters spoke. It just felt really unnatural. I don't know how to explain it. Also, like, the swearing was weird. Like, I know, like, I shouldn't care this much about the swearing, because I am a guy who swears quite a bit, especially on Twitter. But, like, I really don't like when in TV shows there's just kind of swearing for the sake of swearing, and it doesn't have any deeper meaning other than that. And I know that sounds absolutely insane to say it needs to have a deeper meaning, like swearing needs to have a deeper meaning. But it's true. Like, I feel like if a character is swearing, it needs to be for, like, some reason, either, like, frustration or anything, or just, like, that's just their character. But, like, I just felt like there was just quite a lot of that was just, like, unnecessary. And I felt like it was mostly just there to try and be as edgy as possible, which I don't love that, and I don't want the show to fall into that has-been Hotel Hell of a Boss, like, swearing to be edgy trap, because that's not a great trap to be in. So, yeah, mostly my problem with the writing is just, like, how the dialogue comes off. And then also, like, the pilot's only, like, 25 minutes, which was actually kind of a shock. I know that, this is probably one of the more expensive and, like, insanely, like, harder shows to make in an indie production. Like, I get that. So, like, it being, like, only 25 minutes, like, that makes absolutely all the sense in the world. I just wish it was longer so that we could have more time to breathe and also, like, get to know what was going on and get to know these characters a bit better. Because I don't know, I didn't really feel all that attached to anybody, which was unfortunate. So, Yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on the show. Other than that, the pilot was fine. It was all right. I just came back from it feeling meh. I'm very excited to see what happens going forward because I know that like glitch can make some really cool things. They don't have to hit it on the dot right off the bat. The Amazing Digital Circus. I think the Amazing Digital Circus is their best show, like in my personal opinion. But their pilot isn't like, their pilot also falls under the same kind of issues, and but then the show got like way better. Like the show got insanely better, and now it's like one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Um, so yeah, I can just only hope that Knights of Guinevere is gonna, it's gonna get better with time, and I really hope so. And you know what? I think I know so. I think I trust Dana Terrace and the other two writers slash creators enough to make something really special here. So I'm excited. I'm not. I didn't love the pilot super much, but I liked it. I give it like a 7 out of 10. I don't know if it showed up on screen, but that's a 7 out of 10. All right. Bye bye.